better watch out. What you wish for? Something? It better. I got myself some flowers. I'm gonna put them in this big vase. Remember during COVID when I had like my vase phase and I was making some money.
Don't you know she's been here all along? Dream she belongs in the dream. Every day I'll make promises that fade Sarah's heart so I can watch her fall apart.
When I wake up in my makeup, it's too early for that dress. No second feelings, 'cause you're somehow gifted in it. Better than a flesh, somewhere in Denver, somewhere in Hollywood. There's much like you. Okay, I'm gonna start the bridge again. Oh no, come on. Not the bridge again! Today I lost a friend. It's always hard in the end. Today I lost my friend. Can we go back like before? 'Cause I don't wanna lose anymore. Before we get into the rest of the video, I want to thank our sponsor today, which is BetterHelp. As you guys know, I love working with BetterHelp. I've worked with them many times in the past because I really believe in what they're doing in online therapy. So for those of you who are new to online therapy, BetterHelp is an online therapy resource and you don't have to go anywhere to use it. You just log in and you're messaging your therapist. So how it works for those of you who have never done online therapy before is you take a short questionnaire and then they will match you with a licensed therapist who is perfect for you. So just like in in-person therapy, the therapist is fully licensed, and the same with BetterHelp, they're fully licensed and really good at what they do. So you're sure to find somebody on there who you can really talk to. So if you feel like you would like to talk to somebody, I would highly recommend it. And they're actually offering everybody here watching 10% off your first month. All you have to do is go to betterhelp.com/purple. That's betterhelp.com/purple. So thank you so much to BetterHelp once again, and let's get back into today's video. Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm feeling very, very zen today. I don't know if you guys ever have mornings like that where you just wake up and you're just like chill. That's how I feel. And I don't think you guys get a lot of opportunities to see that side of my personality on this channel because I feel like there is like this desire when you are putting yourself out there online to sort of like be very like outgoing and present. But yeah, I'm just feeling like a very calming mood today. So I want to first of all say thank you guys so much for all of you who got the I Love Being Sensitive journal. I'm not going to shut up about it, so you guys should just go ahead and get it because it's going to be very present on this channel because I really do feel like it can make a difference in your life. And I'm just so touched because some of you guys have told me that you've already started working in it and that you're going to give some of these journals to your friends for like Christmas and stuff. And actually there was this one girl who said that she got them for her and all her friends. They've been doing it together. So if you didn't see my last video, just very quickly, I put out an affirmation workbook journal for creatives and empaths, and I'm very proud of it. So I thought today, like, maybe we could do one of the creative stimulation exercises in the journal, because I feel like I want to just be like a little more reflective today. It's been very rainy in Paris as well, and yeah, I just had like a lot of very big projects come to like fruition. Like I feel like I've just been like holding these projects in for so long. Like in the same month, I am going to be releasing music for the first time, and you guys can also pre-save that as well. I'm gonna make a whole video about like my music journey and just like getting the confidence to expand, because I think that could be really interesting. But I just feel like I've been going, and I just want to have sort of just like shoot the shit with you guys. Like in old times when I would just like sit in front of the camera and talk about whatever. And yeah, so if you guys do have your journal, you can do this along with me. And if you don't have one yet, you can like get a better idea of like some of the creative stimulation exercises. Also, on the way over to my studio today, I found this hat, and I just thought it was so cool. Let me know what you guys think of the hat. And I just have like so many very, very exciting projects coming. Like things that have been on my vision board for like years are just like suddenly happening. I don't know if you guys have that when, for example, you have a desire to do something and maybe you don't know why yet, but you just have that desire. And I think a lot of people will stop themselves at that point. They'll be like, okay, well, for example, me, a couple years ago, I wanted to start tapping. But then there's a part of me that's like, okay, why are you going to start tapping, like tap dancing? Si tu vas jamais pouvoir l'utiliser, quoi. Enfin, je savais que j'avais pas envie d'être, de faire ça dans un théâtre ou quoi que ce soit. Mais il y a un désir en moi de commencer à faire des claquettes. And so I just let myself follow that desire, and now like I don't want to say too much, but I'm getting to do that in like music, and I don't know, I just want to encourage you guys, whatever desire you have, to follow that. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe you're not going to be able to do something, you don't know exactly what you're going to be able to do with that right away, but eventually, I think you just have to follow what feels good and follow the joy, you know? I also thought that I would talk about maybe like some struggles I'm having lately, or like things that have been on my mind, because I think that a lot of times, since I do want to like be uplifting to you guys, and I feel like I just don't share it as much as I used to, and I think that it could be good, because you can really find joy in anything, even your struggles. If you're going through something difficult, you can find like the ways to make it fun. You know what I mean? But let's start with an affirmation before anything else. I'm changing the world by being myself, which is an affirmation from the book. Also, if you guys have gotten the book, leave me a comment down below and let me know how you like it. And so I'm tired today. That's cool. It's okay to be tired, biatch. It's okay to be tired. Actually, last night as well, I had some friends over and we did like a jam, and that was really fun. And I don't know, I just feel like, and then tonight I'm going out to dinner as well, so I just feel like, I feel like that's the thing about being in the city a lot of times, is like there's just so much to do, and it's obviously like super fun. But that's why I think it's so important to have like these practices with yourself, these grounding practices like journaling. I actually realized the other day that I have over like 100 journals filled. And I thought about it. I was like, if I had a fire in my house, those would absolutely be the first things that I would say is my journals. And it's actually quite interesting to think about in a way, because I read them from time to time, just like little snippets, and I'm like, wow, who is she? Like my handwriting's different. The things that I was worried about, like the way I spoke, like obviously we're changing. But I think what's interesting is when you keep a journal or when you keep a YouTube channel is that you are able to see it. Like we know that we're changing, but actually being able to see it. And lately I've been thinking a lot about that in regards to my YouTube channel as well, because I think that I'm at the point right now, I've been doing it since like 2018, making a video a week. And I think like after 2018, 19, 20, 20, after like 4 years, you can really start to see the sort of subtle effects that it's had in your life to document your life every week that you might not have been able to before because it was like too fresh. Like obviously there's so many positives about doing YouTube. I've just had so many opportunities and also getting to connect with you guys. But there is something like really surreal about looking back at videos of myself even 4 months ago and seeing just like how different I am as a person, like how much I've changed. And I think like as well, I'm somebody that I go through energy cycles very quickly. Like even a year ago, I was like a totally different person, you know, because I think that I learn lessons quickly and then I like to move the energy along. But also it's been like very surreal about all that is, and a little bit of a struggle for me, especially lately, is like, I think that in real life, I'm a lot more like of a guarded person. I'm a lot more mysterious. Like I don't walk up to everybody and be like, hi guys, you know what I mean? And I feel like something that I've been struggling lately is just, yeah, like looking back at old videos of myself and being like, wow, like I'm not that person anymore. And if I meet somebody new, I always have this like fear that they're going to find out about my social media and that they're going to go watch my videos before the chance to get to know who I am presently. And I obviously wouldn't trade having done any of this because I think that like it's such like a beautiful thing to have done, to like put yourself out there. But also like there's this part of me that's like, wow, like somebody can actually go look through a whole catalog of who I was even like a couple months ago and get this idea of me that isn't true. And I think that that kind of fucks with your head a little bit. And I've just been sort of like thinking about, oh, like, wow, that's not something that I considered, especially like in relationships and dating and things like that, because yeah, like when I started my channel, I was like in a long-term relationship already, so it wasn't even something that crossed my mind. But anyway, to get back to you guys and how I think like really keeping a journal and keeping a record, it can really just show you how much like you can change your life. Like literally, an affirmation that I love saying every day out loud is like, you can change your life at any time. You know, like we so deeply believe sometimes that we have to follow like this very linear path in our life, and that if we were one way at one time, then we have to stay that way. But like literally like 3 months ago, I was a fucking mess. Like I was going through a difficult time. I think because there was a lot of things that I wanted to do, but that I didn't like around music and things like that, but that I hadn't started yet. And, you know, even around like spirituality, like I hadn't found like a grounding practice. And like I look back at those videos and I'm like, oh my god, damn bitch, you should probably like private those. But also, I think what's interesting is like assuming all of those moments, not assuming, that's a word in French, is assumer tous ces moments de ta vie. Parce qu'en fait, ces moments-là, ça fait partie de ton histoire aussi, et c'est ça qui te construit. Yeah, that's just something that I've been like thinking about lately, is like, how do I want to evolve with sharing? And I think even in the past, like I had been a little bit reckless at times with sharing. Like I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna film myself talking about whatever. I think I had like a little bit, I had like a little bit of like a cry this week, because I think that I didn't realize at what point having this, like this whole presence online and like being somebody that shares and has a community, actually can be a bit isolating in my physical real life, because it can sort of, like, it's such like a rare thing to do, I think. Not just like, not sharing online, because like people, you know, have TikToks and Instagram, but like really investing in filming your life every week is such like an atypical thing to do, and in such a way that's like super vulnerable. It is isolating, because I feel like a lot of times when people, it's can scare people off, or it can be like, it is such an atypical thing to do that it does sort of differentiate me from others, and it can be a bit much for other people. And I feel like it wasn't something that I realized up until really recently. And like I said, wouldn't change it for anything, but it is something that I've been struggling with. Wow, are we going to do this creative stimulation exercise? Anyway, I just want to share that with you guys, because I think that oftentimes, because I do share a lot about, like, you know, healing and all of the ways that like you can ground yourself and expand, that I sometimes forget the power of actually sharing your struggles in the moment. And that's something that I've been struggling with and thinking about. And it is like a massive chip on my shoulder. Like, I'm always like, oh, like, I don't want this person to find out that I have a presence online, because I don't want that to be like the thing that I lead with, or it just changes like the whole vibe. Do you know what I mean? And I think that it's hard when you feel like your whole identity can be like just like people will go watch all my videos right away. Anyway, fuck it. And then I have other friends that are like, yeah, but like that's a part of who you are. And I'm like, it is, but it's like, it isn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not every part of me. And like, even like I said, like videos that I made like 2 weeks ago, like anyway, as always, I return to what grounds me. I think that having a very like evolved mindset and having a spiritual practice is that even when you do have these moments of struggles or even sadness, you're able to come back to your practices, for example, meditation, journaling, and you are able to feel supported and held no matter what you're going through. And that is the joy and the beauty, I think, of having this relationship with yourself. And I want to share that in particular, like that joy of having a relationship with yourself, because that's why I made this, because I really feel like in order to love yourself, you have to spend time with yourselves, you know, and whether that's like spending time meditating, spending time journaling, or even like doing like journal prompts and things like that, that's really how you feel good with yourself no matter what. And I think that oftentimes, you know, we use social media, we use alcohol, we use things to numb those pains, and I feel like every time I do find myself like, you know, going out on the weekends too much or having too much to drink or things like that, I always know it's because I'm not spending enough quality time with myself, and I'm trying to numb out those feelings, you know. And I think that it's really important to remember that that's why we do have those spiritual practices. So anyway, fuck, I'm so long-winded today, but I'm very in my feelings. I think as well, like, I just realized lately how much like having a Pisces moon is like so fucking intense. Like having water in your chart is so intense. I feel like I have a very balanced in a way, because I have like a Capricorn rising, and she's like, bitch, get it together. My Aquarius is like, yeah, let's dance and go crazy, you know? And my Pisces moon is like, crying. You want to see my Pisces moon? This is her. That's my Pisces moon. Okay, anyway. Oh no, I lost my pen. Okay, also, I am going to get a cat. I really wanted to get one of those Sphinx, but I heard that they're very, very, from you guys, I heard they're very attachant, like they want to be with you all the time. And also they have issues with like their skin and stuff. So, and they're also expensive. Like I need to just get a normal cat. So I'm gonna get a cat. And there's also another cat. So he's gonna have a brother. This is actually by necessity as well because we used to have a cat here, and since the cat left, we have mice. I've seen like one, and I fucking freaked out. But anyway. Alright, so if you don't have the journal yet, that's okay. You can still do the exercise today. But like I keep telling you guys, I think I'm just going to keep working in the journal, and so I think it could be helpful for you to get it. And also, I just think in general, this is a great journal. So anyway, there are over like 180 pages, so there are a ton of these creative stimulations. But I like this one today because I thought that I could easily do it with you guys, and it's not like too personal. As if anything's too personal on the Purple Palace channel. You're kidding me? I mean, nothing's off limits is what I meant. Okay. So, are you guys ready? It's on this page. Okay, so the exercise that I'm going to do with you guys, and then we'll talk about it, is do a 5-minute self-portrait of yourself in your highest power. Who is around you? What are you doing? And how are you dressed? And the reason why I love this exercise so much, so like in the book, there's a tons of different exercises. Some are like written, some are like fill in the blank, some are like circles and things like that. But I wanted to do some drawing ones too, because actually when you draw out your desires, or if you have an image of your desires, it's so much more powerful because you're actually like, that image is getting like printed into your brain. So remember, 5 minutes of you in your highest power, you in your best, most highly elevated self. So that could be, I don't know, for example, maybe you have a dream of being like an Olympian. I can draw you up there, getting your gold medal, and like the people around you. Who do you want to be there? Who do you want to have around you? How are you dressed? Where are you living? And just draw it out. And you don't have to draw good. I'm a freaking artist, and I'm just gonna like do it really quick. Like I'm not. Can you imagine how I was like, all right, guys, like, and it's also 5 minutes. And the reason why it's a 5-minute exercise is because it's gonna get you to think right away of what you want. And I think when we overthink things, we become too analytical. So 5 minutes on the clock, you in your highest power. Let's do it, baby. Obviously, I'm looking hot in this illustration. Oh my God, what did I draw myself? Okay, I'll stop talking. Oh, cute.
I've been waiting for a woman I could call my own. A lady I could call late at night on the telephone.
Okay, so you guys can come back to this after 5.
She'll tell him get lost if she loves me. Don't worry, honey, 'cause nothing ever bothers me. You just be the flower and I'll be the goddamn bee. Now what's so special about a thing that comes so naturally? Well, I don't know, babe, 'cause nothing ever pleases me.
So before I show you guys mine, I just want to say, how do you feel looking at you in this photo? How do you feel seeing you on the page doing the thing that makes you the happiest, where you're the most powerful? What are you guys doing? I want to know. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you guys are doing. First of all, who are you with? What are you wearing? I want to know the details of this. So I'll share mine. I'll go first, because like, who the fuck else is gonna go? So in mine, I am on stage playing. I have my electric guitar, and I'm doing a show, and I'm in a band, and I'm wearing big, chunky, hand-painted shoes, and my hair looks great, very voluminous. I love a suit. I don't know why. A suit makes me feel very fucking powerful. Makeup is on point. My friend is with me, and all of you, and I have my Korg as well, my synth, and you guys all came to my show, to my first show, which, who knows, might be happening sooner than later. I don't know. I didn't say anything. But it's crazy because I didn't even have to think about it for 2 seconds. I was like, oh, like, I know this is what my heart wants so badly. And I think when you're really tapped into what feels good and you follow that joy, you know, like, we all have a purpose in life, and maybe a lot of people don't believe that and think that's cliche. I think that a lot of people don't believe that we do because they're too scared to try and follow theirs. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even start playing the electric guitar until like 2 months ago. And since I like let myself actually tap into that dream, which was like a very hidden dream of mine. I mean, not hidden to do music, but it was hidden to, I didn't think like I was like, okay, you know. But since I've like tapped into that, it's been really crazy to see how fast things have moved along in that area of my life, and how like just everything makes sense. Like, oh, at the convent where I have my studio, we have a practice space. Like, I know how to play, I tap. So like that's a drum set, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know, I think that as well, this can serve as a very powerful like vision board for yourself. Because if you can imagine yourself in this highest power, it's because that's your birthright. Like, that is you. You're a fucking rock and roller. I mean, maybe yours is different. Like, maybe your dream is something very different. It could be like finding like your soulmate or something, you know? But I very much encourage you guys to do this exercise, if not now, then later. Because even like the little like, and the more detailed that you can become about it, I think the better. Like, I know that it's important for me to stay like very expressive visually, whether that's like in music videos or like I have myself in the in the drawing wearing like these huge clunky shoes with like stars on them or whatever, because it's super important to me for some reason to be like very expressive visually. And yeah, I don't know how long I've been talking for. I guess we could do one more if you guys are up to it. But like, this is like, when people look back at your life, this should be like the image, this should be like the poster to your movie. You in your highest power should be the poster to the movie about your life, you know? I'm so fucking intense today. I'm like, this is the poster of the movie of your life. Okay. Okay, also, before we do like the last little exercise, I want to share one affirmation if you're going through something difficult, and you're feeling like in a rut, because I think that we're all sort of always going through something, you know? And I don't know who needs to hear this. So this is off of the nightly meditation. I have a lot of these in the book with just like lists of affirmations. And one of them is, I can be both sad and inspiring at the same time. You fucking can. Like, you can be going through something and still be inspiring. But first you have to be inspiring to yourself. You know? I was thinking the other day about relationships and things, and I have a lot of girlfriends and we always talk about like love life and things like that. And I was saying to one of them, like, it's so crazy how when it comes to love in like the modern age, how quickly we'll abandon ourselves for someone else. Do you know what I mean? How quickly, like, if we like somebody, we'll, I don't know, not change ourselves, but almost like put their needs in front of our own. And that's something that, like, as I date and things like that, that I always want to remember that, like, I'm number fucking one in my own life. We are number one. And honestly, I also want to share this, that if you like somebody and they're not attracted to you, always remember that you're a 10. We're all 10s, but you just might not be a 10 to that person, you know? Like, the most unattractive thing is somebody not being attracted to you. So, yeah. And also, have the same standards for everybody. But I just feel like one of the biggest things that I can do on this channel now is, as I do deepen my spiritual practice, is like share the things that can make us expand more, shine brighter, and especially as girls, because I think there's a lot of girls watching this channel, to remember that, like, you're the main bitch, like, you're the main character, and you are here on earth to shine so bright, and I believe in you so much. And I think that's why, as much as like I think about like, oh, like, what is it doing to me to have like this trace of myself online, that's why to me, no matter what, this will always be the greatest gift that I've ever been given, is the possibility to do this. Because I really feel like what an honor to be a part of your day-to-day, and I am just so happy for that. Okay, I'm going to share one more, and this is from one of the exercises, which is an emotional check-in. And the prompt that I have in the book is, reflect upon the last time that you cried. Was it a long build-up or a sudden release? Happy tears or painful? And then there's a lot of questions like, what is your relationship to crying? Do you enjoy the experience or do you try to hold it in? How was emotions dealt with in your family growing up? Use the next 2 pages to reflect. So, that's one of the prompts that you can get in the book as well. And I like asking a lot of little details in the questions, and I'm not going to do like the whole thing, but I will share like the last time that I really cried, and it was when I had I went out to celebrate my book, and I had quite a bit to drink, but like I was having fun, like it was like, ooh, we're celebrating my book. And then when I got home, I was thinking about those things that I was talking about, like how sometimes I can feel like a bit isolated because of the choice that I made to share my life online, and also, but at the same time, I have other people who are like, it's like a non-issue, but I think that there's a part of me that has like that chip on my shoulder. And I think that just like in general, I'm really someone that has, what is that one attachment style where you just like, the distant one. I do have this attachment style where I don't like to be too close to people, or like I'm close to like a few people, like really close, but I think that I have like that, is it dismissive avoidant? Where it's like you can't deal with being too close, so you sort of just like isolate yourself. And I feel like I've been like that for a really long time. And I think that having this platform on top of it, while I can share and connect with all of you guys, I think that in a lot of ways that I realized how much like it did isolate me. So I cried about that. But I cry a lot because I think that when you do create time for yourself to meditate, you're really forced to be alone with your thoughts. And it's really important, I think, to cry often, whether you're a guy, girl, whatever, whether you think you're strong or whether you think that you're not, because it's a real release. You know, it's not a sign of weakness to cry, it's beautiful to cry. And it feels good. It's like, okay, I got it out of me. Anyone who says, like, if you're a guy and you shouldn't cry is fucking stupid, because it's literally a human emotion. Like getting angry is a human emotion. So what, like, you're a bigger man because you can get angry? I think you're a bigger man if you can cry. I mean, it's a little unattractive if someone's just, like, blubbering in front of you because you're like, whoa, like, hold on. Rein it in. But at the same time, like, in your time alone, it's good to cry. As Sophie, R.I.P., would say, it's okay to cry. So yeah, I want you guys to think about that too. Also, just like your relationship to crying in general, because it can also give you a good idea of how you create space for yourself to feel things, how you create space for yourself to heal, and also, like, do you enjoy the experience, you know? How is it seen growing up? It can really give you a lot of ideas about why you are the way you are. For example, I talked about the fact that I am, like, a little bit distant. We can talk about that, like, another day. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share some of the prompts in here. Obviously, like, I know not everyone has the money to get the book, but I think that it's a really good investment if you do want to get it and you do want to expand and do more prompts like these and just create space for yourself. So I do want to say thanks again for everyone who got it. It was really nice, actually, to do this with you guys, because it also permits me to be a lot more specific with you guys about certain things and not just be like, this is what I did yesterday. And it also allows me to be a lot more real, which is cool. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this and you'd like more like this. And I just want you to remember how powerful you are. Every time that you're having a doubt, just remember that illustration of yourself in your highest power, okay? And remember that that is the poster to your movie, okay? I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a really beautiful day. Bye. Oh, what am I fucking doing? I've got stuff to plug. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, I have a Patreon where you can support what I'm doing. I also do podcast episodes. We're going to do a Halloween meetup just for us patrons in, I think, like this Saturday. So if you want to join that, you can. It's a really great way to meet people. A lot of girls become really close, and we obviously dress up. So you can come to that, as well as I have this book out, which you can find linked below, a poetry book from last year, prints, etc. And if you make it to the end, leave me a comment of, like, what your portrait was. And I will see you next week. Thank you for being here, and I love you. Bye.
I've been waiting for a woman I could call my own. A lady I can call late at night on the telephone. Her daddy won't like the looks of a kid like me. She'll tell him get lost 'cause she loves me.